What's going on, Jerron Mob? It's your Don Jerron Mon, back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that button and ring that bell for new episodes of NBA Kicks. But you're also not gonna wanna miss my upcoming video where I rank the 10 best signature sneaker logos in the league right now. My previous list is the most popular video on my channel, and I actually have a ton of regrets with that video and with that list. But what regrets exactly? Well, you're just gonna have to wait to find out. For now, let's talk about these kicks. Starting off the list at number 10, we have DeMar DeRozan with the Kobe 11 EM. Now, I know this might sound crazy to some people, but to me, it actually isn't crazy at all. I think DeMar DeRozan should absolutely be in the MVP conversation, and he might even be the favorite. Recently, DeMar has been on an absolutely crazy run that actually broke an old Wilt Chamberlain record. And during that run, DeMar broke out the Kobe 11 in the engineered mesh version with a USC PE, which was the college DeMar went to himself. But for real though, guys, who is your MVP favorite right now? For me, obviously I got DeMar, I got Embiid, I got Jokic, and I also got Ja Morant in no particular order. Next up at number 9, we have Shake Milton with the Kobe 11 Elite. Now, speaking of DeMar DeRozan and the recent All-Star weekend, Shake Milton rocks the Northern Light Kobe 11 Elite, which DeMar actually rocked during All-Star weekend back in 2016. Now, at the time of their original release, I was actually not a fan of this colorway, but looking back at them, I was dead wrong. This colorway is nice with that multicolored upper that again is inspired by the Northern Lights, and I even like the orange inner lining as well. But the black on the heel with the white tongue and swoosh, those are some things that I actually would have changed. But still, I would love to add this colorway to my collection one day, especially since the Kobe 11 is one of my favorite Kobes of all time to hoop in. Coming in at number 8, we have Robin Lopez with a custom colorway of the Zoom Freak 1. Robin Lopez is a unique guy, and he expresses his personality here with this custom colorway that actually has me stumped. Now, obviously, the stars on the upper with a nice blue background is inspired by Robin's current team, the Magic, but the cartoon Space Bunny that's on the midfoot is something that I can't connect the dots with. But I know Lopez loves to draw, so maybe this is an original character that he created, but the logo on the forefoot has me thinking otherwise. So if you know what this character is or where it's from, please drop a comment, because to me, it's just a creative custom that looks great on the silhouette and dope on feet. Next up at number 7, we have Emmanuel Quickley with a custom pair of PG1s. Knicks guard Emmanuel Quickley shows his respect to the biggest Knicks fan of all time, Spike Lee, with this awesome custom that goes simple with the Knicks blue and orange color scheme, but shows some team pride with a Knicks logo on the right shoe, while the left shoe has a portrait of Spike Lee, Mars Blackman himself. This custom gets bonus points for just being clean as hell with perfect execution, as both the logo and portrait fit seamlessly in the midfoot area, especially Spike. Just look at that. It really does look like he's peeking over that midsole. Next up at number 6, we have Fred VanVleet with the Li-Ning Speed 8. The Speed 8 is one of the most unique silhouettes in the NBA right now. Its mid-cut design, 3D heel cup, as well as see-through midfoot with a wrap string design is about as unique as it gets. But this latest colorway shows some real Canadian pride. Sharing the same color scheme and color blocking of the official Canadian flag, the upper of this colorway is accompanied by some falling maple leaves in orange, which aren't like the flag, but I guess it is more true to life. Either way, it's a super clean look that definitely catches your eye, especially with those pearlescent hits on the tabs and heel cup. I am though, however, still waiting for one of these brands to make a Canadian tuxedo inspired colorway, which will just be all denim, but I guess that's just too much to ask. Next up at number 5, we have Russell Westbrook with the Why Not 0.5. Russell Westbrook continues his strong season sneaker-wise with a new colorway of his 5th signature model that uses a very St. Vincent St. Mary's color scheme with a green, white, and metallic gold makeup that looks strong on this silhouette. It was a really smart move by Jordan Brand to use a metallic gold instead of a matte gold for those overlays, since it pops more off of the silhouette, but the tongue is also painted in metallic green, which really adds some depth, and of course the white inner lining, laces, and outsole round things out for an overall clean look. But now if we could just get Russ's on-court performance equal to his sneaker performance, the Lakers might actually have a chance of making the play-in tournament, I guess. Next up at number 4, we have Rui Hachimura with the Air Jordan 36. Well, it looks like Jordan Brand has officially selected Rui Hachimura as their flagship guy to debut new colorways of their flagship silhouette, because last week he did debut the BHM colorway, and this week he's debuting the Year of the Horse one. Now right off the bat, the black, red, and gold color scheme is already on my good side since I am a 49er fan, but affiliations aside, this color scheme just looks clean on this silhouette, but the details are what really sets these off. The midsole has an earthquake graphic, which is always fun to see, but the tongue and collar area have a kind of distressed leather or nubuck texture, which lines up perfectly with the Year of the Horse theme. But my only criticism of this colorway is that the gold should have been a little more gold. Next up at number 3, we have the Sneaker King with a pair of Air Jordan 10s. PJ Tucker breaks out a super rare pair of Air Jordan 10s, which are a collaboration with sneaker store Soulfly in Miami, but this particular colorway is actually a friends and family exclusive. Seeing that PJ is the official Sneaker King, he is pretty much family with all sneaker stores, so it makes sense that he'd have a pair of these, which are actually pretty clean themselves, with a white, black, and orange color scheme that displays some graphics on the overlay trim and also has a Soulfly logo stitched onto the back of the heel. To me, the Air Jordan 10 is a very underrated silhouette, so that on top of the rareness of this particular colorway is enough to crack a top 3 spot on the list. But I know PJ has more up his sleeve, so I can't wait for the season to wrap up to see what the Sneaker King has in store for the postseason. PJ, my man, don't let me down. Coming in as our runner-up, we have Kelly Oubre with a new colorway of the All-Star BB Pro. When it comes to colorways, Converse has been absolutely killing it ever since they returned to the hardwood, and this new colorway from Kelly Oubre, it just fits so perfectly with Converse's identity. On the surface, this colorway just looks like a classic pair of Chucks with that iconic black and white color scheme, but the upper does have a flaming skull graphic, which to me, it just fits right in with the culture of Converse. And even though this is a basketball sneaker, the aesthetics of it look like something that all fans of Converse will love. I know it's a simple sneaker that technically doesn't have a lot going on with it, but these are just clean straight up, and I absolutely love how they look like a classic pair of Chuck Taylors. And if I had my way with the list, these would be at the number 1 spot, but we have rules on NBA kicks, so they officially land at number 2. Finally, at number 1, we have Kyrie Irving with the Kyrie 8. So Kyrie's year has been turbulent to say the least, and we don't have to recap everything that's happened because it's already been well covered already. But in the midst of all the drama, Kyrie's latest silhouette, the Kyrie 8, quietly made its debut. So quietly that I actually think we forgot to talk about it here on the show. Well, like my mother always used to say, better late than never. The Kyrie 8 isn't all that different from its predecessor, as it uses the same visual identity, but this time around, it looks like Nike went with a more old school approach with raw materials such as nubuck in multiple layers, which contrasts the mesh and synthetic makeup of the Kyrie 7 and provides a layered look that can lead to interesting colorways such as these amethyst purple ones. I personally love the approach of using these types of materials It reminds me a lot of the Kyrie 4s, which was a great sneaker. And even though it's still probably a synthetic suede or nubuck, and it probably adds to the weight a bit, to me, it just looks nicer visually. And this purple and gold colorway is right up my alley as a Laker fan as well. But with all that being said, the shape of the Kyrie 8 isn't as refined as I would like it to be, but still, it's technically a signature sneaker debut. And that's why they officially take the #1 spot as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 11 of the 2021-22 season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode of NBA Kicks, which if you did, drop this video a like because that helps me out a ton. And subscribe to the channel for more sneaker related content just like this. My name's Darren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.